didn't realize when I said I wanted to be a nomad, it'd be like this. I feel like I'm always doing something or going somewhere. It's great, honestly, blessing, for sure, but I'm tired. Ugh. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Mike. I live and travel out of this self-converted camper van. But right now, what I'm preparing for is a flight. I have another flight. We're heading out of Atlanta and flying back to Colombia. I'll be going back for a little minute. I'll be seeing one of my other sisters and then hanging out with another one of my cousins because it is her first time in Colombia. And so I know how to prepare for that. At night. Tangle head again. My headphones. And I've officially just started getting rushed because my cousin and I are on the same flight. We now have next to no time between when we arrive to when we depart to catch our next flight because of the layover. To add insult to injury, he's waiting in the car with the car on. So I have to super duper rush to get out of here right now. And the toughest part about that is making sure that I have all that I need. I know you're probably saying, Mike, why didn't you pack earlier? Why didn't you pack yesterday? Why didn't you pack? I just got in from a flight from Phoenix. I've been nonstop since, so tired. But like I mentioned, this is what I signed up for, right? Quick outfit change, and I'm just about ready to go. Yes, I may have dishes in the sink. They're washed, they're clean. I just haven't taken them out yet. Don't worry about that, you know? Have you washed your dishes? And if you have, leave me alone. Stop bullying me. Ugh. So as you all know, I've been jumping around and traveling a whole lot. And one of the biggest things that I keep running into is power. So I want to say thank you to Joyroom for sponsoring this video and sending me out the portable car charger as well as the travel pack. They sent out their 4-in-1 retractable car charger. So this car charger is a game changer because not only does it give you 4 different options of charging, but it has a head that pivots at 180 degrees. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility so it's not stationary. It has a USB-C lightning cable, a regular iPhone lightning cable, and then of course ports where you can plug in regular USB device. Another great thing about it is it's a space storage master, right? So it can fit in tiny spaces. It is pretty light and compact, so if you're in a vehicle traveling like I often am, you can easily fit it in just one of the small little cup holders or just stick it in one of the cigarette lighters to have it just be charging your devices on the go, or if not, you can easily store it away. And one of the biggest benefits that I found with this charger is that it boasts about 69 watts of power. So with things plugged into it, it's pushing out about 69 watts. So you're gonna be able to charge just about all devices. So if you have 4 devices plugged in and it's pushing out 69 watts, basically 70 watts of power, you're gonna be able to charge those devices a lot faster. Like for instance, the regular wall charger, or even if you have a fast charger, a regular wall charger puts out like 5 watts. And if you have a fast charger, it puts out about 20. Now, as I mentioned, this charger puts out almost 70. Joyroom also sent me out their 6-in-1 portable charger. It's a portable charger that I literally have with me right now because as I'm traveling through the country, I might not necessarily have access to a cigarette lighter to plug in, my devices, but I'll have access to outlets. So as you can tell, I obviously use it. It's sitting at about 70% right now, and it's been doing me great, been doing me justice. It offers about 22.5 watts of charging. So as I mentioned, the normal standard house charger has about 5 watts, and well, with iPhones to be exact. And if you plug it into a wall, it's about 20 watts. This guy alone is pushing out 22.5 watts to 3 of these cables. With its wide compatibility, you can use it for not only just smartphones, but you can use it for your other Android devices that take a regular USB connection or a USB-C connection. And one of the biggest features that I love about it is that instead of needing a box to plug it into the wall, you can just flip down this little outlet right here and plug it straight into the wall. So it's pretty simple, ease of use, and I'm not gonna lie to you, very, very light compared to a few power banks that I've used, weighing only 8.6 ounces. Like I mentioned, this thing right here weighs next to nothing. It looks sleek, it looks clean, and thank you again to Joyroom for sponsoring this video. Back to the fun. I'll be leaving down a discount code for a 10% discount down in the description. So if you're interested in buying any of them, go ahead and check them out. I personally can say I recommend them because these products I have been using and I really do appreciate them. So now we have, I believe, 2 hours, maybe a little bit less. I think we have about an hour before boarding our first flight. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm tired. I'm not too tired to harass you guys. Hope you guys been having a good day though. Drop in the comments one thing that you're looking forward to throughout this week, because I, myself, am looking forward to getting rest. I went from Florida back to Georgia to Arizona, now Arizona to Colombia. No, Arizona back to Georgia to Colombia. And like I mentioned earlier, when I said I wanted to be a nomad, I had no idea that this is what I signed up for. Of course, it looks different for everyone, and you're always going to be, traveling at your own pace. But tired, buddy. So right now, I got my little setup. I usually don't travel with a carry-on bag. I usually just have my duffel bag. And I will say shout out to my cousin Dave. He's not here right now. He was here, but he lent me this little fella, and I'm just gonna be able to wheel my stuff around with my backpack on it. So it's gonna be a game changer. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Do I prefer flying or driving? I'll definitely say flying, because why would I want to drive everywhere? It sucks sometimes. This is the perfect time. Check my stuff. Make sure I have everything, because you know how sick I would be if I forgot anything. Before I was getting ready to leave, I couldn't find my passport. I was like, yo, next thing I know, Buddy popped up in my pocket. Oh no, I forgot my snacks. Oh my days. I forgot the rest of them. Yeah, come on, pull up. There you are.
I don't want to be associated.
There you are, sweetheart. You said you don't want to be associated?
Drink over. Look, it's in the cup holder. I broke my foot.
So in life, you have things that pop up, right? Unsurprised expectations and unsurprised things. And, I've been dealing with this monkey on my back for a little minute now. So I usually get the question of when I'm about to be traveling or leaving the van, where do I leave my van? And so recently when I went back to visit my sister, of course I didn't bring the camera with me, just because it was like a quick trip and I was just spending time with her. I left my van parked in a basically pay to park type of parking lot. And so I found it just by typing in Atlanta free parking at the airport. And I think for that place, I was paying about $5 a night or $5 a day. And I was only gone for a few days. So it was only about $15 or $20. Depending on where I have the flight, I will either pay for parking within, a few miles of the airport, or I will just park somewhere close, like say it be a family or a friend's place, and then I'll just, of course, take an Uber or ask somebody to drop me off there. Whenever I'm in Arizona though, I usually just will have my sister drop me off at the airport because it's a lot easier that way. I wish you would. You think I didn't hear you? Nah, I hear you. You hop in this bad boy. Jump on over. What rings? You ever been violated by a small French man with a big ring? If I'm in Arizona, then I usually would just have my sister take me to the airport, because she's only like 10, 15 minutes from the airport, and I can just leave my van there and it's safe. And there's another concern that a lot of people have with their vans, and if they leave them, is like, is it safe? So of course you can go through the measures of putting in like a little security camera, or you could deadbolt the locks, you can do all these things. And unfortunately, but fortunately, at the same time, it's just like, if someone wants to steal something, they're gonna steal it, no matter how hard you try. And so the best protection that you can have against that is, of course, the RV protection, right? Or insurance, right? Where you have insurance or you have renter's insurance. So those have been different types of ways that I've tried to cover my back on the other side, because leaving your van for, periods of time is, it can be pretty scary. So there's usually 3 ways that I would just store my vehicle. So I'd pay for RV storage if I'm gonna be gone long term, pay for parking at or near the airport if I'm gonna be gone for short term, or the third would just be parking at a friend's or family's house. And so when I went to Colombia, where did I go? Did I go to Europe? When I went to Colombia, when I was there for the longest period of time, what I paid for was just RV parking, $100 a month, right? And that was essentially to have a designated parking space. And I was there in Colombia for about 4 months, and so I spent about $400 on parking. And in the grand scheme of things, that's really not much. Compared to if I was paying for the day, I would have to be spending a little bit more on taxes and fees, and it's not necessarily as secure, because a lot of these parking lots that you can park with are only at hotels. They're not designated parking lots where it's safe like an RV parking slot. So if I can do an RV parking situation, I'll do that 10 times out of 10. And so if I had to recommend any type of situation to park my van, it would definitely be with the, oh, you're good, with the RV parking, because I did that for, like I said, a few months, and it was super duper easy. Took no time really to get set up, and it was quick. You know me, I like to keep things simple and not overcomplicate them. Why would I do that with my parking? But I will say, one thing though, with jumping on and off of flights and jumping in and out the van and being in different places, it's really, really exciting because you're getting to see so much so fast. And so I definitely would recommend it to anyone who has the time and availability and space, of course, to travel, because, you know, why not, honestly? I feel like I've been running into that principle recently of why not. Like, I usually get asked, like, why do you like to travel, or how is it, or, you know, what's the reason why you want to do it? I'm just like, why not? If I have the time, the space and availability, and of course the ways of paying for it, why not? Like I shared with you all in a recent video of how I afford van life and travel, and it's put me in that space of why not? Y'all know my bag big. Shoot, y'all know by now my bag big as a Buick. I've got to see it through. And they were closing in 30 minutes. Bon appetit. One of my favorite airport snacks is always gonna be Auntie Anne's pretzels, because why not? I've been going to them for way too long. Ever since I was younger, and we would go to the Auntie Anne's and like the malls. I'm a child at heart. Y'all know. Still love these pretzels. Big old cup. One of my favorite airport snacks. So we had an issue with our original flight. It kept getting delayed. So they put us on another one. We're gonna get to Miami tonight and then Colombia in the morning. They're gonna give us a hotel and we're gonna move like that. But this is really one of the like annoying parts about traveling sometimes is all the flights, layovers, delays, X, Y, and Z. Because we've been at the airport since about 2 p.m. and it's about 7. I'm tired. So it appears that we are in a hotel room, because I am in a hotel room. What happened was the flight was delayed so much that they ended up making us miss our connecting flight. But fortunately with American Airlines, they put us up in a room. So I'm in this room solo, and then my cousin's in another room down the hall. So if you know me, you know. And you know, this is one of those unfortunate, that's crazy, I just came off of a flight in these pants. This is one of those unfortunate parts about traveling, but this is what I mean by if you know me, you know. You gotta test if the bed got enough, you know, oomph to it. Oh, yep. Yeah, this'll do. In all seriousness, it has been an extremely draining and tiring day. This is also one of the realities that comes with traveling every now and then, is that you'll have flight disruptions, you'll have cancellations, you'll have delays. And like this has been the worst that I've seen in a little minute. The other day when I was coming in from a flight from Phoenix, my flight got delayed and they put me on a new flight the next day, but my flight was late at night. So it was like kind of worked out. So I just stayed with my sister. This time, like I'm in a completely different state. Like I'm in Miami right now. And so we had to get a hotel, which isn't far from the airport at all, fortunately, but still all very frustrated. So I think my cousin and I were going to order food. Since I have my laptop with me and there's, you know, stable internet, I might put a movie on, play some video games, kick my feet up and relax, because we need to be up by 7. I believe our flight's at 9, and it's international, so you should be there early. So really be up by 6. So I might not step too late, but we'll see. Overall, I'm not too upset with how the day turned out. It was really, really stressful trying to get out here and trying to get unpacked and packed, trying to make sure that I had everything that I needed, while at the same time, everything was happening. But like I mentioned, you know, this is kind of the fun part of being a nomad. So I'm gonna rest, relax, and charge up. This is a nice hotel. Shout out to the American Airlines. I mean, they dropped the ball, so what you expect. So I'm gonna do a little bit of resting. I absolutely need to use the bathroom though, so I'll see you guys in a minute.